This is KwaZulu-Natal, the heart of African tourism and home to Africa's Travel Indaba, the largest travel trade show on the continent, celebrating its diverse and vibrant tourism industry. Welcome to Africa's Travel Indaba, an iconic African leisure trade show owned by South African Tourism with the specific objective of creating market access for their vast array of African leisure tourism products. This year, we're seeing the introduction of countries like Burkina Faso and Guinea attending for the first time and exhibiting. Now, this trade show exists to provide the ideal platform for African tourism exhibitors to showcase their offerings to not just local buyers, but international buyers as well, destination marketing companies, and leisure tourism service partners. Africa's Travel Indaba is more than just a trade show. It is an iconic event with a mission to create market access for Africa's vast array of leisure tourism products over 3 dynamic days. Speaking at the opening of the event in Durban, South African Tourism Minister Patricia de Lille emphasized the urgent need to improve air connectivity in Africa and around the world, noting joint efforts with African counterparts to address the continent's travel challenges and tourism development.
The theme of the Africa Travel Indaba this year is Unlimited Africa. And this speaks to our unlimited potential because our continent boasts diverse landscape, cultures, and experience that offer limitless possibilities for exploration and growth. The theme affirms that Africa is not confined by boundaries, but its expansive offerings endless opportunities for discovery and innovation in the tourism sector. While we invest in tourism offerings, it is also important to ensure that we make it easier for travelers to reach their destinations, as referred to also by our Honourable Premier. Air access is one of South Africa's critical areas where a significant amount of work needed urgently to improve air access in Africa and for the rest of the world to connect to Africa. This is why yesterday, together with my fellow ministers from the continent and captains of the global aviation industry, we engage in a dialogue around improving air access in the African Ministers' Dialogue. One of the participants said, it's easier to travel and connect Africa with the world, but it's much more difficult to travel within Africa.
From provincial authorities to game lodges, transport services to luxury products, there is an impressive array of exhibitors attracting a range of visitors, including tour operators and airline managers, all looking for the best tourism products Africa's Travel Indaba has to offer.
Our biggest mandate is destination marketing, so it's marketing from A to Z. And some of the initiative that we do, especially around Africa Travel Indaba, is the hostings of the tourism buyers. I mean, we've got the whole world here. It makes sense for us to actually show them and so they can taste what KwaZulu-Natal can offer, because at the end of the day, we want to be packaged as one of the best destinations in the world.
From bush to beach to the Drakensberg Mountains, which is very popular globally because it's a World Heritage Site. We also have Isimangaliso Wetland Park, which is another World Heritage Site. And we have got the Big 5 experience. We've got hiking routes. We've got beautiful cuisine that we serve when you visit our parks. We've got beautiful experiences throughout KZN, which is the province that we are at, also called the Zulu Kingdom.
We are here to promote our own product, Kenya Airways, because Our mission, part of our mission is connecting Africa to the world and the world to Africa. And being based in Nigeria, we've invested daily flights in and out of Lagos and to South Africa, which is one of our biggest destinations from the Nigerian market. Indeed, we see it as an important thing to be here in order to broaden the partnerships that we can potentially have from here.
It was like onion, and you keep peeling, and then you keep on wrapping and saying things that you've never seen before. So for me, it's more of what can I offer the people back home.
It is so rich in experience that I would want every African to travel to South Africa and KZN and experience it all.
KwaZulu-Natal is not just a host, it's an experience. One which I was able to immerse myself in its rich history as I discovered the vibrant Zulu culture, indulged in the local cuisine, and explored the natural wonders that make this region a true gem. One of the many activities that you can do in South Africa, of course, as a tourist, is going water tubing. The first set of people just came in and I'm about to go on and try it. Guys, wish me luck. But first off, this wig has to go off. Let's go. We're going on water, of course, and what is the most important thing when you're going on water? Safety. Better put on that life jacket because there's a possibility that you could fall into the water. That's not my plan today, though. I plan to stay on the tube for as long as possible. Thank you so much for setting me up, and I think we are ready to go.
I'll take the book. Well, I can't explain anything.
Oh my God!
Well done, well done, well done.
Between January and March 2024, South Africa welcomed 1.8 million tourist arrivals from the rest of the African continent, marking a significant 74.5% of all arrivals. Zimbabwe and Ghana stood out for their remarkable growth, with Zimbabwe experiencing a 21.8% increase and Ghana recording a 249.4% surge when compared to 2023. The growth trend from West Africa being a direct result of the announcement of a visa waiver scheme on the 1st of November 2023, allowing Ghanaian and South African citizens to travel freely between both countries. But the question remains, when will Nigeria join this list? When will Africa experience visa-free travel within its borders? South African High Commissioner to Nigeria, Honorable Tami Msleku, shared his thoughts on the way forward.
One of the things that is interesting for me is that your new Minister of Interior, our Home Affairs, has come in and said, the first objective I have is to actually ensure that the integrity of the documentation of Nigerians is actually enhanced. Why did he do that? Because he realized that all over the world, there is always a question mark about the documentation that people present. And so he needed to actually fix that. And he has actually been doing a wonderful job. I met him and we had a discussion about this, and I said, look, once we engage better, it will actually enhance the very issues that you are talking about. The fundamental issue is not just Nigerian, it's African, because we're trying to move to a free movement kind of issue. We need to ensure that all countries have an integrity in their documentation, their register system for citizenship and all kinds of things. So that if, for example, I am in Nigeria and I commit a crime, I can actually be found in the system and followed. If you can't do that, then this thing of movement of people is not going to be very easy, because you have to be able to follow up who's going where and why, you know? So our approach to this matter is we work together to ensure that the deserving Nigerians actually find it easy.
The visa issue, I for one never shy away from acknowledging where we have challenges so that you can then deal with them. And you are right, it's a key enabler for tourism. So when you deal with that, you do see an influx of travelers to a country, and we've benefited in countries where, we don't have those challenges. And we work closely with our partners in the value chain as well as in government to fix the issues and the problems that we have, be it from a visa perspective, or we're talking airlift. And I know that, there are some concerns around safety and security. You've been in Durban for a few days and there's high visibility. And that for me demonstrates that we actually value our travelers.
If you look at the figures internationally, even IATA figures, you realize that Africa just has a little piece of whatever percentage of travelers. And population-wise, it's not like that. It means we have so much room to get our figures up. And part of the things we need to do is to have a visa-free, visa-free continent. But that conversation is ongoing.
It's a ease, the ease of travel, ease of doing business, and, just make it one, borderless continent so that people can move freely. If people are able to move freely, there will be more trade, there will be more tourism, and there will just be an easy access for different people across the continent as a whole, just to go and come. And there's a lot to discover about Africa. So people don't really need to travel outside Africa before they get a decent holiday or a decent adventure or something that they will live, to remember for many years to come. So, we need to just make it one borderless continent. So because we're one after all, and then we need to keep doing this together.
Already now we have freedom and flight of freedom within several African destinations. So if SATIM is also on board, it will be seamless, whereby passengers don't need to have a visa to travel to any other part of Africa.
From here, We've been having discussions with the ministries and the authorities that are involved to just try and relax the visa restriction issues. If we are to promote Africa in general, we have to be able to visit each other's countries free.
So you're saying, do you believe that as an African, there should be no barriers whatsoever? It should be visa-free for every African country?
Amen to that.
As this year's edition of Africa's Travel Indaba comes to a close, business opportunities and quality connections have taken root, shaping the future of Africa's tourism industry. From Durban, South Africa, Sheiton Atigari, Arise News.